Good evening, everyone. I'm Aaliyah Ball.
And I'm Eric Heron, and this is your channel, NHHS.
Thank you for joining us. We've got you covered on clubs,
Music,
sports,
and weather. These are your stories.
your school,
Your news station,
your channel, NHHS.
Welcome to today's newscast. Our top story today is about an amazing light display in our very own Michelson Park to commemorate an amazing young man. Last Christmas was Lisa Poole's first without her son Cameron. She decorated his bench and the accident site, but wanted to do more. Light displays in local parts of other communities gave her an idea. Through the Hotel Motel, $5,000 matching grant, and 23 sponsors, she was able to raise the money she needed to get her idea off the ground.
Students from our very own wrestling team, National Honor Society, and Dollars for Scholars helped out along with family, friends, church, and community members to set up the light display in Michelson Park. The display was open from December 2nd through New Year's Day from 5 p.m. to 10 or 11 p.m. And it included live music every Thursday, including a performance from our very own dance team, as well as concessions and fire rings. The live music proceeds went to Athletic Boosters, SNAP, and the Music Boosters, because Lisa wanted to give back to the community that had so greatly supported her family. The display was first open from Thursday through Sunday, but the response was so great that Lisa received a call from our mayor, Deb Larson, asking her to continue every single day of December.
Many people have been inspired by this story. Lisa said she was especially touched by a letter written to the editor about an elderly man who had lost his wife and found it hard to decorate for Christmas. He wrote that he went out to the park one night and drove around once, then twice before heading home. Once he arrived home, he got out his nativity set and began to put up lights around his home. Those lights brought joy back into his Christmas.
She chose to call the display This Little Light of Mine, based on the yoga word Namaste, a quote from Dumbledore in Harry Potter, and a verse from Matthew in the Bible. Next year, Lisa is hoping for 20 more sponsors and more lights to add to the display. She has already formed a committee to help with ideas. She said that she started this display simply to bring light to the darkness and honor to Cameron's life. She was in awe and gratitude of how it was received.
Now on to our weather with Chief Meteorologist Ethan Rozanki.
Good evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ethan Rozanki. Tonight we are going to start off with a time-lapse of today at NHHS. Today's high temperature was 10 degrees warmer than yesterday's, sitting at a comfortable but still chilly 27 degrees Fahrenheit. A low pressure system is moving its way through that is going to continue to bring warmer temperatures throughout the weekend. Along with the warmer temperatures, there is going to be a chance for light snow showers from Friday through Sunday. Now, with a closer look at today, the high temperature was at 27 degrees. It was a bit windy with gusts up to 12 miles per hour from the southwest. There were slight cloud cover today, but not enough for any precipitation to form. Tonight it will drop down to 18 degrees, but the wind will die down. Tomorrow again will be partly cloudy, but it will still warm up to 30 degrees. As we take a look at the 7-day outlook, Friday and Saturday will be our warmest days, topping out in the mid to upper 30s. As the showers move out on Sunday, cooler temperatures will move in. Monday the high will be 27 and Tuesday will only reach 26. Enjoy the warmer weather and be careful when traveling on the snowy roads this weekend. Up next, Assistant Meteorologist Josh Finnegan will have tips to use when driving in the winter. I am Ethan Rozanki, and this has been your weather for your day.
Thanks, Ethan. Winter can be a challenging time for car owners. The cold and bad roads can lead to several challenges. With those snow showers coming in this weekend, we'll show you some of the most important things to have in your car. If your car gets stuck on the wrong side of a snowbank, use kitty litter, salt, or cardboard to help you get unstuck. Throw some litter or salt under the tires, or slide that cardboard underneath the tire for extra traction in that slippery snow. Now, if that doesn't work and you're stuck out in the snow for a long time, an extra coat, a blanket, a spare pair of gloves, some matches, and an energy bar can help keep you warm. Now, jumper cables and a tow rope can also help you get out of that tough situation. And also remember, an ice scraper should always be in your car as well.
Now in other news closer to the high school, over the past year, New Hampton has been working on and has passed a building bond for a new middle school that will be added on to our high school. Our very own Charles Durnan has the story.
In a recent interview with Mr. Journs, the superintendent here at New Hampton, over the school construction, he stated that the pre-construction is finished and the crew is waiting for warmer weather and the ground to thaw to begin construction again, which is looking to be around mid-March. So far, the construction crews have not had any complications and the construction is under budget. They are planning on keeping costs to a minimum to reduce the effect on local property taxes, which was a major concern amongst New Hampton residents. Jurens stated that if everything goes according to schedule, which it has so far, the construction will be done in March of 2019 and the facilities will be available for student use in August of 2019. Having school construction taking place during the school year has not slowed down the construction process. Mr. Jurens praised high school students for being receptive to changes inside of the high school building, as well as a reduction to the parking lot. Mr. Jurens stated that he has seen a positive response from the community and believes the new facilities will attract new families to the community, especially ones with children who will be attending the New Hampton High School.
Speaking of new things in our community, Lydia Gesner and Abby Shoba caught up with Jason Speltz, the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, to talk about some changes coming to New Hampton.
Yes, there are many changes coming up here, Aaliyah. Jason disclosed that the Chamber of Commerce has been in a discussion with 3 retail businesses for spaces on our own Main Street. Another new business in downtown is Addicted to Stitchin', located on Main Street. In a recent interview with Patrice from Addicted to Stitchin', she stated that she had started her fabric shop because of her lifelong passion for sewing. The closing of Material Magic in New Hampton sparked her idea of starting a new business of her own. She says that it was her sons that encouraged her to follow through with her passion. Patrice said that there is more of a demand for products rather than services in New Hampton. Most of her popular item is a 100% cotton fabric. The store sells a wide range of fabric, and she can create custom quilts as well as long-arm quilting.
Jason also informed us that the Hacker Nelson Company will be moving from their current location on Locust Avenue to the former Tom's Pharmacy building on Main Street, and G.T. Murphy Abstracting will be moving to and renovating the former Material Magic building downtown. Dollar General is also looking to move, however, away from Main Street, and has been eyeing a spot west of town across from the Treasure Chest. Another big renovation project has been going on one corner of Main Street as the Hugeback Johnson Funeral Home works to move their location to downtown.
Our field reporter Charles Dernan has interviewed Julie Winter Happel from the Blue Iris and Blue Teak about her latest business adventure. Julie is currently renovating a bread truck to expand the customer base of the Blue Teak. The Blue Teak has many customers that will make long drives, some up to an hour, just to view some of the New Hampton Blue Teak specialty products. They wanted to shorten that drive for some, as well as draw in new customers that may have not been to the Blue Teak in New Hampton before. The touring trucks are more popular in Canada, and they wanted to try out the idea for themselves. They haven't quite decided yet, but they believe that the touring truck will be visiting larger cities within a 50-mile radius, and possibly college towns. The touring truck will be providing apparel and accessories that are not sold in the Blue Teak store. However, they will not be selling a wide range of sizes.
In other news, a business in town has changed hands. Screen Prints, located on Milwaukee Avenue west of town, has been officially purchased by Amanda and Chad Pemble. Our field reporter Lydia Gesner caught up with Amanda Pemble to ask her about her plans for the business's future. Amanda says that not much will be different about the business as of yet, and the brand and quality promise to stay the same. Screen Prints will now be open from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, opposed to the previous 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Amanda is excited to own her own business since it has been a dream of hers for a while and looks forward to make positive changes in the future.
Now let's catch up with some of our music programs. As you know, J-Term Skinnies make it possible for music classes and practices to continue. However, these practices may not continue as usual. In an interview with Mrs. Cantu, our field reporter, Lydia Gesner, asked her about some of these changes.
Mrs. Cantu said that practices are different because she doesn't have every kid available for choir rehearsal. She said that whoever's in choir and wants to be in it during J-term will kind of create their own, and they have basically become their own pop choir. They are currently focusing on a song by Shawn Mendes along with Don't Worry About a Thing, which is a song from the movie Sing.
Mrs. Cantu also gave us some information on upcoming performances for our choir. The J-Term Pop Choir will be performing in 2 events during J-Term, one being the PBL Showcase, which will take place on January 17th, and the other being on Main Street West Night, which will take place on February 23rd, and will feature our show choir, Main Street West, along with the J-Term Pop Choir and soloists, who have worked on all their pieces all semester long.
Lydia also caught up with Mr. Adam about some of the upcoming band performances, as well as how J-Term is changing up band practice for these 2 weeks. Mr. Adams said that practices have been going very well so far. They have been working on some of their concert band music, taking some classes, and practicing pep band music for the basketball music, as well as getting ready for their upcoming jazz competition. The band will be performing pep band at basketball home games through the month of January. Another upcoming performance is the NEIC Conference Honor Band, Choir, and Orchestra, where all of our conference's schools will be performing. On January 22nd will be the state jazz band contest at Charles City, where our jazz band will get to perform and then get a rating.
Now on to Wyatt Stokel for the Stokel Sports Report.
Hello, I'm Wyatt Stokel, and this is the Stokel Sports Report. New year for the New Hampton Chickasaws, and the winter sports are starting off strong. On January 4th, the number 1 ranked New Hampton Chickasaw wrestlers hosted a home conference duel. In attendance were the Cadets of Cresco, bringing in 2 ranked wrestlers in Class 2A, the Go Hawks of Waverly, ranked 8th in 3A and bringing 8 ranked wrestlers, and making the long trip up north with the Falcons of Staley, Missouri. To start the night off, the Chickasaws wrestled the Cadets of Cresco. Mason Cleveland gets a fall over Hunter By, which puts the Chickasaws up 9 early. Noah Fye, ranked number 1 at 145 pounds, gets a decision over Crestwood's Chris Guest, and the strong middleweights for New Hampton give the Chickasaws an early, commanding lead. Noah Glazer, ranked 4th at 170 pounds, gets a 30-second fall over Trey Bernickel, and the Chickasaws roll for a 48-17 win over the Cadets. Second round duel for the Chickasaws was against the returning conference champions, the Waverly Shell Rock Go Hawks. Tensions were high as the duel began, and the Chickasaws' Max Babcock gets a 6-4 decision over the Go Hawks' Ian Heisey, while another first-ranked wrestler, Michael Blockus, gets a major decision over Waverly's Dalton Woodyard. Ariane Day, ranked 4th at 220 pounds, puts away Luke Walker, which gives New Hampton a commanding 40-4 lead, and the Chickasaws go on to win 49-22 over Waverly. To round off the night, the Chickasaws faced the Falcons of Staley, Missouri. 2 quick pins for Michael Blockus and Noah Fye give the Chickasaws an early lead, and new to this year's program, Turkey Valley attendee Cale Reichs gets a big fall over Tyler Craig to give the Chickasaws an 18-6 lead. Tom Clark, the big heavyweight for NH, rocking the head wrap, gets a late fall for NH. The Falcons come back, and going into the second to last weight class of the duel, the Chickasaws have a 32-27 lead. But number 7, ranked Mason Cleveland, wins a roller coaster of a match to put the duel out of reach for the Falcons, and the Chickasaws win 35-30 over the Falcons. Our field reporter Lydia Gessner caught up with Coach Nick Heeman, senior Michael Blockus, and superstar Aiden Zwanziger to talk about the season.
So, both of you now, this is your last year as high school wrestlers. What have you done to lay the foundation for the next generation?
I feel like that I've worked hard, and I've shown like this underclassmen like how to work hard and how to achieve goals and yeah, just work hard.
Mike, how would you answer that?
I'd say teaching the smaller or younger guys how to get tough, and a lot of them just mentally they come in, they're kind of softies, so when they come in, they kind of throughout the year they'll just learn to wrestle tough and what our atmosphere is like as a Chickasaw, I guess.
You guys harden them up. Thank you, guys. Good luck with the rest of your season.
Thank you. Switching gears to the girls' basketball team, who also had a game January 5th, playing the conference opponent Oline Huskies. Friday evening, the 7-4 New Hampton girls' basketball team made a trip to Oline to take on the Huskies. The Chickasaws were hoping to come back after a tough loss to number 2 ranked Crestwood Cadets, and the Chickasaws came to play. The Chickasaws stormed ahead early with senior Callie Olson knocking down the 3-pointer from the corner. At the end of the first, the Chickasaws are up 24-9 with 14 of the Chickasaws' 24 first-quarter points coming from senior Isabel Lightman. The Chickasaws didn't let up. Junior Sadie Tangy gets fouled and splits at the line to put the Chickasaws up 29-14 with 4 minutes left in the second. And senior Isabel Lightman knocks down a 3 to send the Chickasaws up 41-20 going into halftime. The Chickasaws get sloppy to start the third quarter, and the Husky defense takes advantage, scoring off the ping-pong match of a series. But junior Lauren Frericks answers back with a bomb to stop the Husky charge. The Chickasaws defense steps up in the fourth quarter, holding the Huskies to only 2 fourth-quarter points and racking up a total of 17 steals to go on to improve their conference record to 3-3 with a 59-31 win over the Huskies. The Chickasaws are now 8-4 on the season, and after we caught up with leading scorer Isabel Lightman and other members of the Chickasaw basketball team.
Isabel, you've been playing basketball for a long time. What was your proudest moment this season?
I'd say playing with my friends and teammates, and after every win, we go in the locker room and we have a fun celebration.
That's a really cool tradition. Isabel, you are going to be continuing your basketball career at Wartburg next year. Will you miss this program and your teammates?
Yes, I've been playing with these girls for a long time, and it's not going to be the same without them.
Aw, good luck with the rest of your season, Isabel.
Thank you.
Staying on the basketball track, but switching to the boys team, the New Hampton boys basketball team looked to improve their conference record on Friday the 12th, facing off against the Indians of Waukon. Off a loss to the Comets of Charles City, the New Hampton boys basketball team is looking to come back with a big win over conference opponent Waukon. A great pass from senior Tyler Rentschler to Keegan John gets the Chickasaws rolling early. New Hampton's Jake Zwanziger puts up some style points as well as the bucket, but the Chickasaws fall behind 22-7 in the first quarter. The Chickasaws mount a comeback as Jake Zwanziger, who was unconscious this game with 29 points and 12 rebounds, splashes a three. Good ball movement by the Chickasaws leads to an easy bucket from Keegan John, and the Chickasaws are back in it. But some tough defense and a few missed opportunities for the Chickasaws lead to a 74-61 loss to the Indians. The boys will look to come back and beat the Waverly Shell Rock Go-Hawks on Tuesday the 23rd. And that'll do it for the Stokel Sports Report. I'm Wyatt Stokel. Good night and roll Tribe.
As our clubs start their second semester activities, our field reporter, Lydia Gessner, caught up with Mr. Connor to talk about speech practices in the upcoming district competition on January 20th.
Mr. Connor, the district speech competition is coming up on January 20th. How are you preparing for this big event?
Well, basically it's practice as usual with increased practices. We try to get a few more in each week instead of just the normal 1 hour or 45-minute hour practice. We practice as needed.
I know that there are a lot of types of speech performances. Can you tell us about how many there are and give a few examples?
There are, off the top of my head, about 10 different ones, and they are a variety of ways of acting. So there's mime, which is acting, but you only get to use physical movement. There is ensemble acting, which is acting without props, but it's all memorized and everything. Then there is reader, stater, and choral reading, which are two events that are group acting, where you read from a script and you're using your voice to act, but not a lot of body acting. Then there are some miscellaneous categories like short film or TV news that just give you glimpses inside specific types of acting that exist in our world. And then the last one would be, the major one is improvisational acting, which means that the kids don't get any time to prepare and they have to come with it on the spot.
Now we have a quick update on some other clubs. SAD is currently working on a possible lock-in the upcoming months. Letterettes and Lettermans will be holding their annual Liftathon sometime in early March. This month, FFA is holding a district interviews, which means the members will be applying for different district office positions, and state officers will also be applying for their positions. The debate team also recently attended their first debate in Des Moines at the Dowling Catholic High School.
Next, we have a story about a LEAD project working to make a difference in our community. Our field reporter, Abby Shoba, caught up with Madison Colbert to get the scoop on the group's big idea.
Hi, I'm Abby Shoba, and today I'm here talking to Madison Colbert about her winter clothes drive. So, what is the drive for?
It's to collect winter clothing for people in need in our community.
And what group is doing this?
Our LEAD group.
What is LEAD?
It's a leadership group that's held during Thursdays on Intervention. Ryan Roush comes in and talks to us.
What powered you and your group to create such a thing?
We wanted to come up with a project that our LEAD group could do, and we just came up with this idea of, we want to give back to the community, so we came up with this idea.
Our field reporter, Olivia Burke, also met with the dance team to learn more about their year.
Corey, can you tell us a little bit more about state dance?
Well, Iowa State Dance is one of the biggest dance competitions in the U.S., and basically there's hundreds of teams across Iowa, and they bring lots of dances, and there are different categories of hip-hop, pop, jazz, and then there's different classes that get broken down from your school.
What did you guys place?
This year we placed fourth, but we were a point away, half a point away from first. The first 5 places are really close.
Do you guys have any new routines that you want to share with us?
Yeah, our coach Emma taught us a hip-hop routine a month ago before we left for Florida, and we can show you a little bit of it right now.
Our final story covers the reason for this broadcast. Our field reporter, Lydia Gessner, caught up with Dr. Updegraff to talk about this year's J-term and the scholastic impact behind it.
Dr. Updegraff, can you tell us a little bit more about J-term this year? How is it different from the Chickasaw Challenge we had last year?
So if you remember, Chickasaw Challenge was 2 days, and it was based on the passions of staff members who were teaching the courses. We decided to expand on our project-based learning and work on a 10-day program, which includes following the 21st century skills of our Common Core, and also fits the 4 C's of project-based learning, which are critical thinking, communication, creativity, and collaboration. Those four aspects are so critically important as students go out into the workforce and into training or education past high school, that we need to make sure that we're helping students discover those skills. Also, during the 10-day project-driven courses, we also have 2 skinnies, one at the beginning and one at the end, which also allows for students to do some exploration with careers or other areas that they'd like to explore that they would not normally get during the school year.
Thank you for watching. I'm Aaliyah Boss.
And I'm Eric Heron,
and we are Channel NHHS.